A lot of us have retirement plans. Maybe we have CPP from work, we have SHIP, RRSP, TFSAs. We have all those things for our retirement plan, right? But my question is, I hope you are not saving your money with an organization that is not recognized. A lot of us are sitting on this table. Do you know that 50% of immigrants struggle to save enough money towards their retirement? This is not our fault. Most of us migrated late. Some of us in our 30s, like me, some people in their 40s, and some people even in their 50s. And at the end of the day, when it comes to retirement, 60, 65, 70, we have not saved enough money towards our retirement. So we are not talking about this enough because, let me tell you, it is a little scary. I was talking to a friend of mine at work who recently retired. She was at retirement age, so she retired. And we're talking about her plans after retirement. And when we got talking, it became even more scary. Anyway, guys, before we go straight into today's video, I'd like to introduce myself. If you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Obehi. I'm a social worker. I'm a content creator. I live here in Canada with my family. And on my channel, I share my experience and the experiences of others so that we can learn from each other. Without any further ado, guys, let's just jump right into today's video. So this woman was working in my company where I work, and she had worked for 40 whole years. So she started working really young. She worked for 40 years and she was retiring, and she started talking about selling her house. For context, she lived in a 2-bedroom house. That's what she bought so many years ago, and she has paid down her mortgage. It's not completely paid, but she has paid down a reasonable amount. And then she was talking about having to sell her house because she's not going to be able to afford it anymore and things like that. And I'm like, so how much are you going to be getting at the end? Like when you retire, how much would you be getting? And she said she was going to be getting about 1,002 or 1,003 when she retires. And I'm like, 1,003? What's that going to do in this economy? What is 1,300 Canadian dollars going to do for anybody in this economy? And that got me thinking. I was asking myself, how much do I have in retirement right now? And what is my retirement going to be like? And I know you also have that question. You must be asking yourself that, what is my retirement plan going to be like? And I just felt that it is wise that we talked about it. We begin to talk about it even more so that when that time comes, we don't have issues. One thing that I know that I've heard people say a lot is that when they are close to retirement, they are going to retire and go back to Africa. Go back to Nigeria, Ghana, wherever they came from. Is this a good idea? You ask yourself. I have also asked myself that, is it a good idea to retire and go back to where you're coming from? Now, let's analyze this. You left Nigeria maybe in your 30s. Most of the people that you knew in Nigeria back then, some of them has also relocated to other countries. Some of them, who knows, maybe might be late. Some of them might have moved somewhere else. Who are you going back to meet when you retire and you go back? Who will you go back to meet? Maybe by that time, I don't know, maybe mother and father would have been late. Maybe your brothers and siblings would have been somewhere else. Who exactly are you going back to meet in Nigeria or in Africa? That is one. Another thing is that I've heard of some other people say, oh, when they retire, they are going to downsize and then they would, be there to take care of their children and things like that, which is fantastic. But which money will you be spending? I just hope that all of us are beginning to pay into our pension plan. If you are working with government, I'll be using Saskatchewan as a context because this is where I live. So if you are paying into your retirement plan, maybe your SHIP, PEP, whatever retirement plans you have, CPP, if you are not working, if you are a private individual, make sure you are paying into some form of pension pot or the other, because there is no time on our side, especially us as immigrants. We do not have time on our side. Now, let me backtrack a little. Talking about retiring home. We as immigrants, some of us are, feeling sad that we have left our families and we're having to juggle parenting and taking care of the children and work all by ourselves because we don't have family. And then when your children are supposed to enjoy you, helping them take care of their grandchildren, you want to retire and go back to Africa. Do you want the children to be bringing bringing your grandchildren to you in Africa? Is that what you want? You know, those are the things that I'm thinking. Now I'm just thinking aloud, sharing my thoughts with you. Those are the things that I have been thinking of. And that's why I'm sharing my thoughts with you. I just feel like as immigrants, a lot of things are already stacked up against us. Like coming here, getting a job, all those ones are already stacked up. Then old age again is another thing. Especially for those of us that are in Canada, that the weather is horrendously cold. How are we going to cope in our retirement? Then now coupled with the fact that we don't have retirement plans or we've not been saving. Now that brings me to insurance. A lot of us have retirement plans. Maybe we have CPP from work, we have SHIP, RRSP, TFSAs. We have all those things for our retirement plan, right? But my question is, I hope you are not saving your money with an organization that is not recognized. A lot of us are sitting on this table. Many of us are sitting on this table. Now, I'm sharing this based off experience. Somebody was paying money to an insurance company. Now, this insurance company is not well known. It's not recognized. And the person was introduced to this insurance company by another person. You know, all these insurance financial advisors and blah, blah, blah. That's how the person got introduced to this insurance company. And the person was paying into this insurance company. And when it was time to collect money from insurance, she couldn't get through to anybody. One thing you should know about insurance companies is that they are looking for a way not to pay you. Disclaimer, I am not an insurance person. I don't do mortgage. I don't do insurance. I don't do anything. But this is based off experience, first-hand experience. If you are paying your insurance to companies, make sure that they are well known. All these financial advisor, I know they will come for me. People will come for me. But I have to say the truth. Make sure you are paying your insurance to well-known organizations and make sure you are reading the fine prints. Even those big organizations, they don't want to pay your insurance. They're looking for a way not to pay you. So you have to make sure you are reading through your documentation and reading through the fine prints. That's Mr. John was the one that introduced me to this insurance one thing. You guys, you don't want to grow old and found out that you have been paying money into one scheme that is not known, that you're unable to get your money out of. I'm just saying this today because I feel like this is something that I've seen and I've heard over and over and over again. If you're paying into your CPP, you're paying into your organization's insurance where your organization matches you, maybe PEP, SHEP, whatever it is, make sure that it is recognized. Make sure you have an app where you can see how your money is being traded, how everything, the investment is going. Make sure you have a clear understanding of what is going on with your money. Another thing is that let us take advantage of our RRSP room, our TFSA rooms. You don't have to maximize it. You don't have to pay off the money if you don't have it. But if you have the money, please be paying into this so that when you grow old, you have something to pull out of. Please, guys, today I just wanted us to have these conversations. What do you think? Are you going to go back home after retirement? Are you going to stay back here in this foreign land to take care of your children and your grandchildren, like just to offer them that support? Because as first generation immigrants, we did not get that support. So are you going to stay back to offer that support to your children and your grandchildren, or are you going to go back home? And if you are going back home, who are you going back to? Will the people you know still be there? Or are you maintaining the relationship with the people back there so that when it's time to go back home, you have someone to go meet? These are just some of the thoughts that I had in my mind. And I'm like, let us share our thoughts together. Anyway, guys, thank you very much again for watching today's video. Like always, I would like to hear our banter in the comment section. Let us all bring this conversation to the comment section and let us have this debate together. Thank you guys for watching again. And until we see you again in the next one, do have a nice day, guys. Bye.